sneeze. The sun is right in my face. This is not a specific song, it's just a melody I'm humming that came to my mind. I'll wait a little bit longer. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze again. I apologize, I didn't schedule it. I wasn't sure what time, and I just wanted to come. And I felt like I actually, this thought came to my mind yesterday. But then, anyways, praying, and this morning I kept checking to make sure it was okay. So here I am. I have roses. I think you guys know that. I showed them to you last year at some point. Anyway, they're starting to turn green. I don't know if like they're the kind that like vine and attach. I don't know if I need to make it like touch this part of the porch or what. Anyway, it's pretty to see like part of it green, part of it brown, and it transitioning. Have you eaten? Have you had a good start to your morning, a good evening, a good day, a good night? I hope so. This is going to be kind of a two-part thing. Oh, there you are. I see you, Dove. We're going to be out here for a little bit. And then I'm going to go inside and have breakfast with you guys. I will turn off the camera as I take you in. I have to kind of, you'll be sitting there for a little bit until I come back. I mean, it's just in my dining room. Anyways, point being is I have to gather some stuff for breakfast. I already have it ready. I didn't want to pour my coffee too early because I want it to stay hot. And then I have that question book, so we'll see. But I thought it'd be nice, since it's a bright day, to sit outside for a little bit first. I also keep wanting to sneeze. Don't know why. Posture. I love birds. Make me so happy. Hopefully you guys can hear all the birds too. That's why I'm being quiet. All their chitter chattering. I did want to give a follow-up to the question yesterday, a follow-up answer to the question yesterday about the first whatever album I bought or owned or something like that. I was like an early teen, so I had been out for a little bit. I was an early teen when that happened. So, you know. But if we let fear control us, it can make us do things that are not necessarily healthy for ourselves or others. I can understand why. I'm not saying it's right, what it was. I'm just saying I can understand the fear. Being an only parent, worried of what your child might become and how you act out of fear. Right? We can apply that to anything else in our lives, even if we don't have kids. If we let fear negatively motivate us. And it makes me who I am. It's all about balance. No extremes. Balance. Both needed. Balance. My son today was like, tomorrow's Friday. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's too funny. It's too early for you to be doing that. But he's doing really good in school, so I'm thankful that even though he feels like that, he's still doing his best. And then there's this game that he plays, and it has like non-verbal, or like it doesn't have words. It just is just like nonsense muttering. And he does that, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I remember. Anyway. Just going around making nonsense mutterings. Just a little bit longer outside with the birds that sound like they're up to something. Do you guys hear that bickering? All right. Ooh, my oils. Okay. Let me grab you. Hi. I'm gonna have to turn off the camera while I go inside. 1 second, please. There you are. All right. I know, buddy. You couldn't come out with me. Kate excited that I'm back inside. Gotta switch my shoes out to my house shoes. Okay, I am going to only turn on these lights. I guess, should I keep you with me while I do this? I guess I'll keep you with me so that way it's not just like I can talk to you. I gotta wash my hands. Go to wash my hands. All right, I just have to get my coffee, I think, and my yogurt that I pre-made. Thank you for your patience. That's a sound, isn't it? Yes, coffee pot. 1 second, I had to put milk, soy milk into, which is funny because it's not milk, right? It's soy juice. Soy water. Okay. How am I gonna do this? I need to put you over here first. And then I need to, Kate, honey, you're kind of in the way. Thank you for your patience. 1 second. I have to stir. All right. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I set you down. Let me get myself settled. See if you're too close. Hi. Hello. Me again. Thank you for coming along and staying. Okay. Did I show it? Stay this way. So, yeah, I've had different lot numbers of this. It's usually not this. This is the first time in a while. Can you see? Okay. Now, okay, let me stay calm. Don't make a mess, Priscilla. This is what I do. You guys get to see my little breakfast habit. That's what I do every day. Okay, every single day. Hopefully I don't spill on myself. I don't know why I'm whispering. I don't know if I can do it. Okay, hold on. I can do this. Priscilla, just eat. Okay. I have to get some of the juice out. So I'm gonna come over here. But you know what? I won't do what I normally do. I'll do it this way. I usually push the peaches out and just drink the juice from the cup. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do it this way. Thank you, brain, for thinking of this. Okay. Put the peaches. I don't want all that juice in my yogurt, you know? Have to drain it. So, have you had anything yummy to eat here recently? It's like, ooh, that's a good bite. Don't spill, please. Okay, I'm gonna wait to do those. Okay. So, you guys have seen me do this before. Let me not turn this. I have to take a spoonful out or else it'll make a mess. Don't make a mess. Don't make a mess. Okay. Okay. I should have added those other peaches in first. Hello? Can you guys hear that bird? Mm-hmm. Okay. I told you guys about how I had my deck birds were building a nest underneath it. Where are you at? Anyway. Okay. It's hard to do the proper stirring method in this, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to make a mess. All right. Yummy. Plenty of peaches. Peaches for free. Plenty of peaches. Peaches for me. Is that how the song goes? Pretty sure it's not an appropriate song. Right. Okay, let's see here. From this book. Okay. Do you forward or reply to chain letters? Isn't that a really old thing? I can't even remember the last time I got a chain letter. I feel like back in the day, depending on what it was, I would have forwarded it. But sometimes I didn't. It depended. If you could have a clone to help you out when life gets busy, would you want one? A clone of myself? That'd be weird. No. No, thank you. That would freak me out. No, thank you. Yeah, no, thank you. Okay. Kill your enemies with kindness. Do you believe in this saying? I believe in it, I think, more for your own self. Like what it does for you. Right? Obviously, because sometimes the people could care less. But I think for you, like what you're sowing within yourself. What do you love most about the night sky? Everything. Have you ever participated in a fundraiser? If so, for what cause? I've participated in a lot of fundraisers. I was part of a nonprofit, so I mean, and also outside of that, but anyway. What is the heaviest thing you can lift? I don't know. Myself. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, I lift weights, so you guys know that. Wow. Not saying that question out loud. They got some loaded questions. Do you believe in PDAs, public displays of affection? I've already talked about this before. Or maybe kind of. Anyway, you can be used for that. Obviously, I think context matters, right? Like, where are you? That's a big thing, right? Holding hands, you know, a nuzzle, you know, like a cuddle, a hug. You know, I don't think that's like a problem in most places. I don't know that I would think it's ever like full on okay for me personally. Me personally. You do you. Like full on like kissing, like make out session, like oh, we're all that for me is too much. Like I'm not trying to do that in public. That's a lot. That's all it's like, you know, anyway, for me, myself and I. Well, and whomever the person I'm kissing is. Wow. What's an article of clothing you've bought, or received secondhand and loved wearing? There's a bunch I've personally have bought, but I was given this leather jacket. I had it for a long time. I really liked wearing it, and it was gifted to me. It was a brown leather jacket. I don't know what happened to that. This is a long time ago. Don't just do that. You know what? Thank you, God, for reminding me of that. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, God, for reminding me of that. I have a lot of stuff that was secondhand that was given to me. Used to know someone who was older than me, and she would just like pass down stuff she no longer wanted. And it was like name brand stuff. It was really kind of her. Jewelry, stuff like that. Yeah. Ooh, wow, you guys. For example, this one I don't mind reading out loud. Do you think children are a blessing, a burden, or both? These are like crazy, like. It says, what is the best knock knock joke you've heard? I used to know a lot of knock knock jokes. My son doesn't get knock knock jokes. He'll go knock knock. You say who's there. You go knock, knock again. And then he'll just say something random. Like, it makes no sense. Which makes you end up laughing because you're like, this makes no sense. But, oh, but then no, I knew, okay. I do it. Okay, knock, knock. And then who's there? Knock, knock. Who's there? Oh, no. Sorry. Knock, knock. Who's there? Knock, knock. Dead ant. Dead ant who? Dead ant. 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 That's from Pink Panther. What's another one? Knock, knock. Who's there? Knock, knock. Who's there? Knock, knock. Who's there? Orange. Orange, you glad? Like, orange who? Orange, you glad I didn't say. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Who's there? Boo. Boo hoo. Why are you crying? You know, it's knock, knock jokes are not, they're lame, okay? Could go on forever. What's the wildest thing you've ever done? Not anything I'd say here. These peaches taste weird today. What's the highest hill or mountain you've ever climbed? No. I don't know. How many hats do you own? None. I don't think I own any hats. I don't like the way they look on me. I used to have, what are they? What are those called? It's not a beanie. Is it a beanie? What you wear during winter because it's too cold. And, you know, like the scully. It's not a scully. I don't know what they're called. I used to have that. I don't have it anymore. I have a little puffball up here. It was cream colored. Currently, I own no hats. And does that count as a hat? I don't know. Does it? Ooh, do you make a to-do list every day, weekly, or at all? I'll have like mental, you know, things that's like, oh, I've got to do this week. On top of like, you know, normal things. But I don't actually make a to-do list. Only time I make lists are when I travel, and it's because, well, and it's if my son's traveling with me. Because if my son's traveling with me, typically the pets are traveling. Well, Kate's traveling. Anyway, point being is I got a lot to pack. So then I make a list. And like including like what to do in the house. Who wrote this? Why? Maybe it's because I'm a child. But they could have said, have you ever put up? But they chose a different word, and I'm like, that's a choice. Why did you choose to do that? I'm not saying the question out loud. You guys can, you know, figure it out yourself. Have you ever put up a tent? They did not say put up. They said something else. I'm such a child. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm not saying it either. You could just said put up. Moving on. Yes. We've talked about this. Have you ever received counseling or therapy, and did it help? Yes. The answer is yes, I have. And The very first time I went, it helped. The second time I went, it helped. It actually helped a lot. After that, no, because then the people started to treat me like a friend. Every single one, it never failed. They would all like fall into, I'm like, we're not friends. I'm paying you for work. Anyways, so I stopped going. And then I was like, I guess I don't need it. Thank you, God. Yeah. Yeah. And one of them gave me really, I'm like, that's not right. That's wrong. What you just said was wrong. Anyway. So yeah. Anyway. Wow. Guys, again, these are kind of crazy. Okay. So, like, let me read you these first few ones. Or, like, the two actually that followed. Have you ever been famous? That's, like, been famous, I guess. Okay, that's a thing. No, the answer is no. I've never been famous. Have you ever posted a video on YouTube? And if so, what was the video about? Well, here we are. What is the one thing you've learned about people over the years? There's a lot. There's a lot that I've learned. I'm eating this so slow. I normally, oh my gosh, it's already 30 minutes. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Let me take this bite and think about how I want to answer this, and I'm going to say goodbye. People can surprise you. The like juxtaposition thought process to that, or like the other side of that is people really are who they are. They show you who they are. It takes God to change people's hearts. Yeah. And everybody's just trying to make it in this world. Yep. Before I say goodbye, this one's afterwards says, how judgmental are you toward other people? I really try not to be. Now listen, I'm human, right? We all do it to some extreme, some extent. It's part of our coding, right? We needed it at some point. Is this dangerous? Do I need to run? You know, like, or, you know, like, oh, if we hang out with them, we might get a disease, you know, like, so there was a anthropological reason for it. But I really try not to. I was actually thinking about this morning, part of this, but, and I've talked about this before. There was a time in my life where I was crazy judgmental. I'm like, oh, I'd never do that. I'd never do that. I'd never do that. Not me, you know? And I just learned to say, not to do that, not to say I never would do anything. We surprise ourselves with what we would do and what we will do, you know? So there's that. And I was thinking about like, what was the final thing for me that changed my life? Because I've talked about how like 23, I met, heard this person's story, and it was like sounded familiar, and it kind of put things into motion. Then age 26 is when I like full on was like, okay, I don't want, you know, I'm going to try to live, bam. But you know, fast forward, you know, And it wasn't until 2016 when I was in ICU for a week. I've talked about this numerous times. And in that situation, and thank God he got me out of that. That all happened because of myself, right? That near death experience, that near whatever, was my own actions or inaction, right? Not dealing with stress properly, not speaking up for myself, so that put me in that, my actions, or again, inaction. So that being said, is that I try not to, and yesterday I talked about how do you try to understand others? And I said, especially women. And I think it's because, at least from what I've seen, right? This is just my own perspective, and what I've seen is I think that we as women can be really critical of other women. And I have had that happen to myself. I have sure done that to somebody else once upon a time. And I do try to actively stop myself. I'm like, that person must be going through a lot, or they're trying their best, or they thought this was I just try to, because it says, are you judgmental? Because we really don't know everything. And we can think, oh gosh, they're this, oh, they're a bad person, or they're a bad, mom, or a bad dad, or a bad daughter, or a bad son, or, they didn't try hard enough, and we really don't know everything. And so how presumptuous, right, of us, how arrogant of us to think that we know someone else's life, and to be able to speak for it. So I really try not to do that. My mom was telling me the other day, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I love him. And I've always loved him. I've talked about him. He was like a father figure to me growing up, my uncle. And he was talking about something. And he just said, so I'm not speaking out of turn. How can I say this generally? Okay. So there's this side of the piece of information, and there's this side. This is what he said. There's this side of the piece of information. There's this side of the piece of information. Each of these sides of information believe that their side is what actually happened. But in between here is actually the truth of where each side meets. And that's the truth. But nobody was there. Only they were there. So only they know how they should. I can't have an opinion. But, oh gosh, I love him so much. That's so good. So I really try hard not to. But again, right? Human. I know what happens. Just, ask God for forgiveness and try to move forward. And for those who are, at some point you're going to want the benefit of the doubt. You're going to want somebody to think the better of you, or the best of you, or to understand why you did something. And hopefully you get it, right? That's the thing. I hope, so let's try giving it to others too. So anyway, I love you so much. Thank you for spending this much time with me. I really, 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 really appreciate it. I'm going to scarf down my breakfast now because I typically don't take this long. So long. I love you. Have a good day, night, evening, morning, whatever it may be. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I don't know why my cheeks have been flush here lately. That's how they've been for the last 3 days or so. I don't know. Anyway, I love you. Have a good day, night, evening, morning, whatever it may be. Thank you.